jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
Good evening, WCS back on the Boulevard once again. You already know what it is, man. Big salute to the supporters, the ones who tune in, get the notification, and pull up to the WCS Boulevard. Much appreciated. Thank you. Salute to everyone. Hey, I had to come back with the Hot Grease Chronicles 87. You know what I'm saying? The reason why this is so important that it remains active is just to remind the CREHATERS that, Team Crawford supporters are always active and vigilant on what's going on. Once again, you know what I'm saying? We see it taking place once again. All right. Look, this has turned into a travesty long time ago. The travesty of the deception of the individuals who believed the fight was going to happen in 2022 to 23. Now, fans are up here in dismay that they haven't heard a fight announcement from Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. Now, it may be somewhat of a slight rumor, looking at the ranking systems, that Keith Thurman may be next in line to face Terrence Crawford, if indeed that fight falls through with him and Errol Spence. Pay attention to what I just said, right? If the fight falls through with Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, then he will fight Crawford. If you take a gander, right, around the YTC and look at the super feminist movement of the CREHATERS, you know what I'm saying? They're up here speaking as if that's a bad thing. See, they're extreme. This last line of the fence right here is Keith Thurman, former unified welterweight world champion. They tried with Sean Porter. Now they're going to try it with Keith Thurman. If the fight doesn't happen with Errol Spence, but it doesn't seem like Spence is trying to fight. It seems like the wash is not enough for them. Like everything is coming out in the wash, man. And it's very, very easy to see. Everywhere you turn, man, there's conversation about this. But the delirium of listening to these individuals who are supposed to be boxing content creators, they've turned into CREHATERS. And they're up here talking about the same man over and over again. Not to make the fight. Now, let's not get it twisted. They're not trying to make a fight, y'all. All these dang channels, they're not trying to make a fight. The super feminist movement that's out here, they're not trying to make a fight. They don't want to see any part of Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. All they want to do is deter anyone and everyone who even remotely come close to thinking that fight should happen. They want to give them every bit of deflection possible. You know what I'm saying? They want to prevent them with every con that you can have in this boxing content, speaking to the people. They just want to tell you any which way, any type of lie that they can make up, any type of freaking scenario, anything, y'all. This is where we at with it. Listen to these CREHATERS. They're not trying to damn make the fight. They just want to talk shit about Crawford, bro. That should tell you right there, plain and simple, your ABCs. They're not trying to give you any indication that they're for the fight. It's lousy that, this is going on every day. It's a lousy job. You know what I'm saying? It's lousy to be able to identify these individuals who suppose to call themselves boxing fanatics, but they've turned into something much worse. You know what I'm saying? They turned into something much worse, which doesn't make any sense. So let's get this straight. If you all been paying attention, Keith Thurman has moved up into what, number 2 in the WBO. And if by chance he is the next in line to fight Crawford down the line, because they're hoping and wishing that Keith Thurman can go in there and pull off some type of upset so they can have an in-house fight for the undisputed between Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. See, I bet Errol Spence, his mood is not going to be that way about 35% and all this, no guarantee if Keith Thurman bring that WBO belt home. But that's language we don't talk over here as Buzz, Buzz supporters. We don't talk that if language. We don't talk it. Especially when it comes to Spence. We don't talk that if language. All we trying to say is you put Sean Porter up there. He got dog walk, okay? In the final stanza of the match. He got dog walk. Now they up here procrastinating, delaying, want to make the fight at 154 and all this other stuff. If Crawford is next in line to fight Thurman, kudos. Let's see it. Nothing changes for us. We're not gonna digress. We're not gonna falter from what we've been saying. We still on the game, bro. We still right here on the front line. Our toes are on the line. Ain't nothing changing, bro. Y'all can sit up here and act like that's a big challenge for Crawford, and it's gonna be as tough as the date. Keith Thurman never been stopped, and that's gonna be a hell of a test for Crawford. And then they're gonna start coming up. This is how Thurman can win. Thurman can win. This is how. Thurman can knock out Crawford. This is how. I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time, people. Let me get to the chat, man. First in the building, man. I can't get too loud. I got, I have company. Man, first in the building, man, the one and only, the queen herself, Destiny Black, is on deck, y'all. Hey, come back and chat. What's good there, Destiny? How you feeling? What's been going on with you? How you living? Appreciate you pulling up. Toby Bartlett, shout out across the pond in the building. Salute the chest and chest. Salute to you, brother. Your Thurman number 2 in the rankings, and they believe that is some type of chess move. Hey, man, I look at it like this. I don't care who Crawford fights. We're looking for lucky number 8. You know what I'm saying? We're looking for lucky number 8 when it comes to his title defenses. We ain't worried about no names. We want the best at the top, but the top don't want, they want to play the role as being the best, and they don't want to fight the best. You want to manifest a freaking undisputed, but yet Keith Thurman might be one to step in to fight Crawford. Okay, if that's what it is, it is. It ain't nothing changed. Spence gonna make Keith Thurman lose that extra 7 pounds to fight Bud at 147. Hey, I would rather Keith Thurman if Spence is not game and on board to fight Thurman next, let him fight Crawford at 47. I don't care. I really don't care, because he go in there and get washed. Then what's next for Spence? I guess that's the climax they've been waiting for. Oh my God, this is it. Crawford beat Thurman. Ain't nobody left. What next? Vacate. Those 3 words. Vacate. If you ain't gonna if you're not gonna fight Crawford, vacate the titles, man. Stop playing. Stop trying to play that catch and see game. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna catch him at the right time and see if he can lose. Nobody ain't trying to hear that bullshit. Sir Foul Play on deck. What's good? WCS putting CREHATERS on black. For real. The CREHATERS, bro. That's what they are. Every time you turn around, they're denigrating that man. And that man has everything in life that a lot of us would like to have. But due to the black extremists, as I call them, they don't care. They don't care. They all together. They done banded together. And you know why it's important for me to put them out there? Because if they take enough time to dog out another black man and they feel comfortable with being so disappointed. I mean, they feel comfortable with doing something that's so disappointing. You know, they don't feel no type of way about it. It don't change their pulse or anything. They feel comfortable with making all these lies and defaming this man's character. If they don't feel no way to talk about it, they shouldn't feel no way about, you know, when they get spoken about. They shouldn't feel no type of way. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Destiny Black with the $5 super chat in the building. There's no difference between Sprint sidelines, has, and cinnamon bun sideline hoes. Okay. There's no difference between Sprint sideline hoes and cinnamon bun sideline hoes. Birds, feather, flock together. Yes, indeed. For sure. That is absolutely 100% correct, though. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then, hoe might slip out because I just see them doing whole shit. Like you stay in a man's presence that many times during the day, like you don't have enough mental fortitude to say, let me switch this up. Like you don't have enough preparation to your online curriculum to talk about something else. It's plenty of other boxes to talk about, especially with the upcoming fights that we have. But just to speak on a man, you know, every day and it's something negative. Yeah, Keith Thurman's moved to the number 2 WBO. Who cares? That shit happened overnight. I told you the ranking systems make adjustments while you're sleeping. So when you wake up, you're confused again and say, "What? Keith Thurman? What? Okay." I hope Crawford fights Keith Thurman. I want to see him there with a good opponent. I'd rather see Keith Thurman than Alexis Rocha. Tell you that. Shout out to Rothman. What's good? I support boxers and support. I support boxers and sport of boxing. That includes Crawford and Spence. I don't support the promoters, networks, and advisors. No doubt. No doubt. I got you. Big shout out to Destiny Blacks. Salute you for that $5 super chat. Thank you. One love to you. One love to you, Queen. Yeah. So get ready in the upcoming weeks. This has to happen. So we truly understand what the schedule is going to be like for Crawford. He has to fight his mandatory by April, May. Okay. With that being said, I hope it is an opponent that can talk that shit and has already, you know, turned some chapters over, you know, in his boxing career, like Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? Formerly unified, rather. You know, he's earned his credentials at welterweight. I would definitely like to see him other than Alexis Rocha. I think it'll be a very, very competitive fight between them two. And I'm all about seeing Crawford compete. See, that's the one logic that separates the Crawford supporters from the super feminist movement aerosexuals. The aerosexuals prioritize their emotion first. I never seen a bunch of angry, agitated supporters in my tenure on YTC. It just seems like they're extremely upset. Like, what's going to make you happy? Like, if you're talking about boxing, you're talking about Spence, what's going to make you happy? What is going to make you happy? Because every time I run into one of them and they have this, you know, this premeditated or preconceived about WCS, Them cats always come out like they mad. I'm like, dude, how can you be mad and you've never broken bread over that fighter's home? You never broken bread, man. That fighter's never came on your channel. How can y'all be so disgruntled? Y'all need to check your levels, bro. Your temperament is off to me. Because if you're going on here making all these live streams on a fighter that doesn't have it, he just doesn't have it. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all say. He doesn't have it. He's a ducker. He don't want to fight, right? That's what y'all saying. That is your temperament. He just doesn't have it. So what if he ended up fighting Keith Thurman? Shouldn't your temperament change? You know, if you're a true boxing fan, shouldn't your temperament change a bit and say, I'm absolutely ecstatic this fight is taking place. Once again, Crawford is about to clean up again in the welterweight division. And that is about it. He can't get Danny Garcia because he's at 154. So he gets Keith Thurman. That would be even better. Cleaned up Kell Brook. Cleaned up Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what more do you want? He tried to go over there and throw the hook out. But we all know what's up with that, man. We already know what's up with that. You can't go up there trying to fish out a tadpole. You know what I'm saying? A tadpole is not even a fish. You can't go there and fish out a tadpole that's parading around like you're a shark. You know what I'm saying? No, he's a tadpole, bro. He ain't trying to get this work. You know how fast tadpoles are. You stick your hand down and them tadpoles scatter. It's hard to tell them apart. But truth be told, man, this is serious business. When it comes to me and these damn creators, I say continue to hate because you're not building up the fight. Me, I would definitely like to see Keith Thurman in the ring with Terrence Crawford, opposite of Alexis Rocha. Real talk. No, we ain't trying to see Alexis Rocha. Nah, I don't want that fight. I want Terrence Crawford to continue to fight the top names up there and continue to expose them. That's what I want. Mike on deck, what's good? Appreciate you pulling up, brother. Oh, it feels good to finally cross the channel that keeps it real and big up, bud. Hey, my brother, I've been here for a good minute. Be sure you sub to the channel, bro. If you for real, I appreciate you. Robin said Tony Harrison stated that both Crawford and Spence wants to fight, but it's something in between them that's fucking it up. I wonder who or what that something is. I'm not saying that Tony Harrison is being pretentious a bit, right? And just staying professional. But when it comes down to these promoters, I just feel that fighters have made fights in different divisions for a plethora of belts. If the A side, which is Errol Spence, he has a voice, right? We've heard him so many times, inform us that he was willing to duck, and nobody mentioned Terrence Crawford's name, and he was going to take the easy route, right? If you're the A side, why can't you go to Al Heyman since you say you've seen him in person? Why can't you why can't you go to him and have a freaking heart-to-heart, intimate conversation? Say, I really want this fight. I got to have it. It's for my legacy. It's funny how you can say that shit when you was on the phone call with Steven Espinosa, talking about you want to fight, you want to fight, you want to fight. But you're out of the ring right now, bro. It don't make any sense. I think it's a facade. I think it's a lot of it's a huge facade that's going on in boxing right now that's never going to be beneficial to the damn consumers. I say this all the time about how they puppetize us, how they treat us like shit. You know what I'm saying? We pay to come see the fight, but yet we the ones out here receiving the blunt force of the disappointment. We have to wait till the last minute on where we're going to make reservations to try to get to the fight. You know what I'm saying? How we going to get to the fight? What the lodging's going to be? Can I even go? Where's the location of the fight? When will it be announced so I can hurry up and make those arrangements and make those reservations? When is it going to be announced? It plays a huge role in this shit. I'm asking the Crawford supporters not to be discouraged though. Don't get discouraged at what you're hearing from these channels day in and day out, because that's what they want you to do. They keep talking about the same over and over again. It's really no need to call it rhetoric or agitprop. You know what I'm saying? Insults. You already know what it is. It's just derogatory information, just to leave a sour taste in somebody's mouth. But it isn't good in boxing, though. We can talk about Crawford's skill set. We can talk about seeing him going in there with the boxer, such as Keith Thurman, if it happens, that'll match up well with him. A lot of people believe that Keith Thurman is a pretty strong fighter. He's never been stopped, like I said, but he's been down. Pacquiao put him down in the first round, I believe. So he can be dropped. Will this fight happen? I hope so. But my big question is, Bud goes in here and destroys this dude. Stop him for the first time. I'm not asking what's next for Crawford. I'm not asking at this point because he dispersed Keith Thurman. All I want to know is his destination. How is he going to line up his next target? His next target of objective. Who's next? What is his next target location? Is it going to be a 54? Is it going to be a 47? If he feels there's nothing else going on at 47, because I know it's going to suck for Crawford. Like, this is the deal with Crawford. Crawford wants, if Spence is going to then move up 154, he wants them to hurry up and get that shit done and stop playing around. Because what they want is for Crawford to vacate the WBO title, and Spence is going to fight for the vacate title, and that's going to be that. But it's funny how nobody really pays attention to what I say sometimes. I said if Terrence Crawford comes off that WBO title before Errol Spence fully commits to 154, Errol's going to stay down there at 147 and try to make some big fights and try to, make some big fights with that damn undisputed title. They're going to try to make some money that way. They're going to try to sit up here and groom, or how you put it. They're going to try to beautify it a little bit more with negotiation decor for a Canelo fight. For anybody that's up there, you know what I'm saying? They're going to try to do something special if he come undisputed. The last long rut, you know what I'm saying? The last long run finally becomes undisputed. I'm curious to see how and what they would do with that. What would be their targeted location? You feel me? But with Crawford, that's all we want to see. You know what I'm saying? Him go in there, defeat his mandatory, get that over with. And then from there on, it is what it is. He would have basically sanitized that, policed his freaking division the right way. And nobody can say shit, but they will. You know what I'm saying? They'll try to put something else up there, but that's gonna fuck them up because there's not gonna be any more obligations for Crawford in a long time, yo. In a long time. Not until 2024. Once he fight this mandatory over here, it's not gonna be any more mandatories until 2024, buddy. So you're definitely gonna have to come up with something special. You're gonna have to put some spice on that, because that shit's got old. Robin said these PBC fighters be speaking on code, exposing PBC. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more in the building. What it do, OG? How you feeling now, Bruce? Good to see you out, man. Don Dollar say, shout out at World Combat Sports. Salute to you, Don Dollar. Appreciate you being on deck, man. I really can't drop the drum beat, being on deck. Got some company. Robin said Crawford fight Keith Thurman. Spence fans will say Thurman was washed. Spence beats Thurman, and Spence fans will add that win to Spence accolades. You ain't lying. Hey, if Errol Spence beats Thurman now, he's gonna be the best. Oh man, that's gonna be the best thing ever. Like, look, if Errol Spence beat Thurman, they'll definitely try to put Thurman off on freaking Terrence Crawford because they always trying to give Terrence Crawford a common opponent of Errol Spence. But since Errol Spence has been crying tears of misery because he has this type of animosity for Keith Thurman, right? So therefore, we might not see this fight. I really don't have time for the babysitting myself. This has become insanely awkward. We're talking about boxers that don't like other boxers and they refuse to step in the ring with them. Well, not with Crawford. Give him Thurman. Let's get the shit over with. Put the flyer out and let's get to work. Let's go. I'm ready to see Terrence Crawford versus Keith Thurman. Yes, sir. I'm ready to see that fight. I think that's going to be a good fight. I want to see it. I don't want to keep talking about this shit with Errol Spence because none of his people talk about it. Nobody's talking about Errol Spence doing nothing. Only thing they're talking about, well, the fight may fall. Why would the fight fall out with Errol Spence? What is he doing? He was just running on the beach. What's going on with this nigga? Like, what are you doing, Spence? Everybody's up here. The fight fall out. Why would the fight fall out? Why should it fall out? Aren't you in shape? If you're not in shape, find the nutritions, the same one you had leading up to the Adenis Ugas fight, goddammit. Don't play with us. Y'all was braggadocious about them being in there. Oh, the nutritions. Oh, we like them. You know what I'm saying? You even had Blu-ray on there tomorrow. Yeah, they went with the white boy, for the strength, condition, nutrition, but when he was with me, he had an 11 fight knockout streak. We got to get back on that nutrition you had before your Adenis Ugas, bro. Where you got? Y'all couldn't afford them no more? I mean, where they at, bro? Get back down in shape. We need to end this. We can't go into 2024 with this shit still in conversation. I remember people saying, hey, we can't go into 2023 with this still in conversation. No, we cannot go into 2024 still talking about this fight. It's not fair. It's not fair to the listeners. It is absolutely not fair to the listeners to be subjected to this over and over again, week after week after week. And the good part about it is it's a lot of people, man. Like, it's a lot of people that I'm running into. They'll drop me a message here and there. It's a lot of people that's understanding what's going on now. They waking up. It's a lot of people saying, damn, do you want the fight or don't you want the fight? Okay, if you want the fight, why are you not talking about your fighter if that's who you support heavy? If you're a pro Errol Spence super feminist, then you should support him. But most of y'all just speak past Errol Spence and y'all run it back y'all run it backwards to say, yeah, Terrence Crawford, he needs to fight his mandatory. We don't know who that mandatory is, but if it's Keith Thurman, he needs to make sure he make that fight. He needs to make sure. Keith Thurman, Errol Spence's mandatory. Breaking, shocking. Keith Thurman's Terrence Crawford mandatory, rather. Okay, if it's Terrence Crawford resume, keep it that way. We don't want to hear anything else, man. It's exhausting. Let's get them to the table. Let's get this fight going and take it from there. Now, the other side of it, we had individuals actually believing, and this is becoming a lot of scenario-based topics, a lot of hypotheticals. But now the conversation has been coming out like, what if there's some type of conversation, meetings, what I'm saying, that are actively going on as we speak, where information is being transmitted, negotiation information is being transmitted back and forth between both of these fighters. And they're trying their best not to allow anybody outside of it. This is the hypotheticals and scenario based theories that we come up with, the story plots and all that shit that I've been hearing. So what if they actually doing something behind the scenes, man, and to hopefully, bring it to a point where they can make it official and announce the fight. Now, the bad thing about that is the boxing fans has been in such a dysfunctional relationship so many times. We kind of numb to a lot of this shit. So you're really gonna have to come out with something absolutely official, authentic, for us to just say, "Wow, it's here." Yeah, it's here. You got to give us something across the media platforms. You have to give us a date. You have to give us the whole lineup. Give us a whole lineup of everything, bro. We want to know the date, the venue. We want to know everything about this fight. Until then, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. Real talk. Look, we've been far out the newlywed of this boxing conversation. This is like a dysfunctional matrimony. It's been divorced, reconcile, divorce. You know what I'm saying? Counseling, reconcile, divorced again. This is one of the most dysfunctional relationships that you can ever be in. Because the people are not consistent fighter and boosting up that fighter with positivity. They just want to come up here and destroy the fight. They want to destroy the fight. That shit's crazy, bro. Crawford fight, Keith Thurman, Spence fans say. Okay, this is Rob on deck. What's good? It's not the rhetoric. It's rehearsed rhetoric. It is. It's remediated rhetoric. You're right, Rothman. You're right. NO say, what's good, WCS in chat? Salute to you, NO. Bill Bootcamp, what's good? Andrew Charles, greasy ass moves from Spence, his side of the street. Man, they always sliding around somewhere, huh? You know what I'm saying? On extra virgin olive oil, on extra virgin olive oil, they line their soles of their shoes. They be sliding in and out of them cracks and crevices. Well, if Tom Brown got permission on Spence's behalf, it's more than rumored. The PBC can switch it up, but what would they switch up to? They are backed into a corner. It's either Thurman or Crawford. Exactly what I'm saying. They're backed up in the corner, but with them, they're gonna try anything and everything to set the right stage for this. If indeed Thurman gets Crawford, this is their last hope. I'm talking about the last hope as far as Spence stepping up and facing Crawford. Crawford goes in there and defeats Keith Thurman. That's it. That's their last hope. What now? What now? You know what I'm saying? What now? I fought a guy you didn't want to fight. I fought a guy where you was on, audio pouting and crying and bickering and bitching and all that shit. You was on your whole game that day. You didn't really want to give us that damn esprit de corps, goddamn camaraderie. Okay? Yeah. I'm motivated. I want this fight. Let them know that we got some people that's dedicated to putting on the best fights. You know what I'm saying? Give them that warrior spirit. We didn't get that from Spence. We got the easy route. We got all those other names besides freaking Terrence. And then also he said he spoke, his highlight of the conversation is that he actually spoke to Al Heyman. Well, it'd be good if you speak to him and say, hey, this is it, Al. Come on. Just chill. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get this fight. If you can't get the Spence fight, I personally want to see him move up. Whatever you say, bro. We heard all that before. This is like, look, this is like the thesis part of when you come up in the chat, right? This is like the Hot Grease Chronicles thesis over here when Bud Crawford's the topic. All that stuff you saying about bombs, it don't register. They already playing keep away with the belts at 154. You know what I'm saying, Andrew? On deck, ain't too much else. I see from Bud at 147 outside of Spence. It's a lot that we don't see, man. The reason why we don't see it is because they're up here bloviating all these belts that PBC has, but when they're knocking down the competition on their side, they're still trying to find somebody else to cross the bridge with that WBO title. They're extremely trying to do a search and rescue for that WBO title. That's it. They won't. If Keith Thurman is next, so be it. Alex Rocha is not pulling off no upset, bro. They want Keith Thurman to be the plan Bravo after Sean Porter. Let's see what he can do. Can he go the distance? Can he make it a competitive fight to beat Bud Crawford? That's all. That's all I'm saying, bro. But they want to just brag about how many belts they can have over there in house and how much money is going to be made and all this other shit. Man, make the damn fight. Shut up. PBC only produced one undisputed champion since they come about. They don't care about making history over there. Man, they don't care about nothing too much right now, except giving their fighters the ailment that announced to the media. Well, I have a hangnail, an acute hangnail, inflamed, in the first three metacarpals of my foot. Yeah, yeah. What about you? Spinal. No, for real, Jamal Charlo. What do you got? Spinal. I broke my back. Spinal. God damn. Okay. All right, cool. What about you, Earl? And same old thing, man. Shit started to hurt. Stuff started to hurt. I don't even know, man. Shit, man. I don't know. My mouthpiece hurt though. I'm gonna try to get my mouthpiece. My mouthpiece hurt. Man. What about you, the Mayor Charlo? I sent you the motherfucking doctor's note, man. Don't ask me no stupid ass question. I got a broke hand. What did you break it on though? Like you broke it for Tim Zoo? You gotta break your hand for Tim Zoo? Okay. You gotta break your hand for Tim Zoo? I'm just saying, Terrell Goucher didn't break his hand for Tim Zoo. Actually didn't break his hand for Tim Zoo. I'm just saying. Too much oxtails with rice and peas. Dang, yum, yum. God damn, yum, yum. PBC has officially announced Plant versus Benavidez 8 weeks prior to the date, y'all. This man out here throwing some arrows with dart frog poison on that bitch, with puff adder venom dripping off the end of them. You know what I'm saying? He's killing the narrative. They announced it and had a presser already 8 full weeks, which is an amazing fight week schedule with ample amount of time. 8 weeks. This is the type of publicity and exposure that Crawford and Spence should be getting. Real talk. They should be getting this same type of exposure. But we got Benavidez and Caleb Plant getting this type of exposure. I get D-Ray Promotions on deck. 86 Boxing, salute to you. I got 24 in the building. I got 38 on deck. Hey, if you can do me a favor, as always, man, god damn, hit the like button or something, shawty. Man, support the channel. Support the channel, man. Get the likes up for once. I didn't know that Jamel Charlo was the only fighter on the PBC. I don't know what you're talking about with that. Hit the like, shawty, for real. Hit the like. Hit the like button, man, and let's get the likes up to 30, man. Let's get the likes up to 30, 30, 30, 30, 3-0, 3-0. Let's go. Let's go. But always remember, y'all, the Hot Grease Chronicles is what it is. It's just basically to put this grease on the top of their head, you know what I'm saying? So it can drip down on their keyboards and get them fingertips blistered so they can't type no more. Because, they need to be reprimanded and punished sometime for putting out that fake news. You know what I'm saying? They do it so crazy. It's just always something. His face is plastered all over a thumbnail. And it's nothing to do with hyping up Spence. And I heard something about, Spence said something about some other channel, man. Who cares what Spence saying? If Spence says something about a channel on here, they haven't been talking about him, or they mad that the channel haven't been talking about him, that's your fault, man. Come on, get 30, Shawty. Come on, man. But do me a favor, y'all. Hit 30. Give me 2 more likes, Shawty. You don't have to wipe your feet. You don't have to ring the motherfucking doorbell. None of that shit, dog. Just turn the knob. Come on into this motherfucker. Come on in, man. We got some food over there. I set you up with a nice spread, man. And then, for those of you that got, the drink, yeah. I even set you up with a room that has them air purifiers. You can smoke in the room and shit like that. Entire air ventilating system for those of you that want to fire up. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much. It's just too much, bro. Feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Feel comfortable. But before I get up out of here, bro, I hope y'all wasn't looking at that bum ass trash all-star shit that they have. Man, how things have changed when I was growing up. That shit is crazy, man. Flag football, man. Get the fuck out of here, dog. Get the fuck out of here. But tomorrow's gonna be a different type of temperature, because we definitely have to keep the pressure on these, aerosexual, that's pushing this super feminist movement. You heard of the super predator, right? This is a super feminist movement when it comes to the aerosexuals, bro. They out of control. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they have their menstrual cycle each day of the month. They can't be operating off just strictly testosterone. This is not the case, bro. I'm telling you. These people are always upset. And I think they've been cursed. Talking about this shit all the time. I think they've been cursed. Because when it comes, look, hear me out on this. When it comes to boxing news, they're not presenting you with some information that you find that is scholastic appreciation. Like scholastically, when it comes down to speaking on this boxing curriculum, that you can praise them for saying, yeah, all right, that's some shit I ain't know. But all they doing mostly is talking about the same shit. That's all. They talk about the same narratives, the same thing that's wrong with Bud, Avanesian fight, what BLK Prime didn't do, all this other stuff. But bro, y'all hold it down. Be sure to check them all. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back on then. But turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports, man. Salute Destiny Black. Thanks for the super chat. And everybody else was in the building. Salute to y'all, man.